Learner-centeredness. Student-led discussions are important. I believe social networks allow us to customize how we interact with the content. And they also allow us to lead discussions. We can start threads, start new groups. We can start entire new communities if we want to. Mixi, again, allows you to start any community that you want. Let's go to the next point. Peer assistance and assessment. Define communities of inquiry. I've lumped these together. I think they're related. Anderson says that we should aim for these collaborative learning environments. I believe, again, social network sites allow us to do that. We can form groups of interest, or what Wenger calls communities, in these social network sites, particularly in Facebook, particularly in Mixi. These groups can also be clearly defined by their exclusivity of membership. You can set who is allowed to join the communities. On Mixi, for example, I can set certain levels. I can make the forums very open, so anyone can join, or I can restrict them. Negative points. Trolling and flaming. There is the potential for abuse. Although I have to say on Facebook, people tend to be quite nice because you do know each other. And there is less anonymity. You are connected. So, yeah. I'm going to go to my Facebook page here quickly. This is a former colleague of mine from college, from design college, way back in the day. Jana, she's a very talented designer. She doesn't have any discussions going yet, but it would be very easy to start a new topic. She or I could launch a topic here, and that could be a new forum of discussion. We could form a community around that and ask people to join that community. So, again, define communities of inquiry. Those can be established easily on social networking sites. Availability of resources. You're online. All you need to do is open a new tab, open a new window, and you've got Google, you've got any number of sources to find up-to-date information. Just a click away. One thing Pels points out, which I think is absolutely true, is that allowing students to find their own information forces them to become info-literate. Storage of learning artifacts. This is something I think is very unique. As an English teacher in the classroom here in Japan, I find it's difficult to keep a record of what we've learned in class. Students might take notes, but discussions happen quickly. I find sometimes I'm taking digital photos of my whiteboard using my mobile phone. But social network services, everything is stored in the cloud. You can access any discussions, any conversations at any time. And you can reuse those assets. You'll often see in forums people redirecting students to previous forums. Peers might say, well, we talked about that in an earlier forum. Take a look at this forum. It's hyperlinked. The student can immediately go back. Those assets are reused. Storage options, again, these are stored on the cloud. One contentious issue is who owns the content. Both Facebook and Mixi have come under serious criticism for claiming in their terms of use that they own the content. As far as I know, both Facebook and Mixi have backed down from that, and both of them have kind of acquiesced and said, well, all right, maybe we don't own the content. You created it, you constructed it, maybe it's yours. Next, journals for self-reflection. Mixi provides an extensive diary function that allows image insertion and so on. I'm going to go to Mixi here and show you an example. Let's see. Go to my home page here. My home. Here is the diary function. The diary function in Mixi is great. I'm going to make a diary entry right here to show you how easy it is to keep a learning journal here. So I'm going to click on this tab. And I'm going to give myself a title for this journal. I'm going to say today's USQ webinar. And I'm going to say that today I gave a web seminar on social network sites. I hope it wasn't too terrible. I'm now going to save that. And this will now be selectively visible to members of other communities, people who check my page. They'll be able to see this diary here as an example of what I did and what I learned. So there is a great function for self-reflections. Other social network sites, not so much, I don't think. Facebook has its live feed and wall functions. Twitter has its tweets. But these are very kind of short. Twitter allows you only 140 characters. I think that's actually good in a way because it forces you to distill your thoughts. But it's not good for extensive, deep self-reflection. My last point today, we're nearly at the end, digital native orientation. Social network sites are, quintessentially digital native. They are Web 2.0. They allow user tagging photos, forming connections and shaping content as you absorb content. They're also accessible from mobile devices. A lot of people use Facebook and Mixi on their mobiles. So the content is available and you can continue conversations, you can continue discussions anywhere, anytime, asynchronously. This is an important feature of social network sites. So at the beginning of this webinar, we looked at some desired features. As you can see, all of these features are provided by social network sites. So I believe social networks can provide all of these key features for online learning. Well, thanks very much, and I'd like to hear what you think. So let's continue this conversation in the forums. Thanks very much.